Hi you guys, my name is Cherita. Welcome to my channel. Alright, so in today's video, I'm doing a follow-up on a video that I did a couple days ago. And this has to do with Angelika Oles and Smoky Glow, or Hannah, as some of you guys know her as. So if this is something you're not interested in, don't watch. But in this video, I'm going to be breaking down Angelika's apology and kind of my opinions on the situation between her and Hannah as it stands as Angelika posted her video. Now I know Hannah posted a video as well, and I will be talking about that, but today it's just about Angelika because you guys know I like to talk. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna start off with the fact that Angelika did not monetize this video, whatever. She did the sweatshirt, the makeup, the messy bun. Well, the little bit of makeup, the messy bun. It was just very like, we've seen this kind of apology video before. But what rubbed me the wrong way, and this could just be me nitpicking, but when she was like the NAACP, no, it's the NAACP. But like her heart was in the right place. She's donated more to the NAACP than I have, so I can't really sit there and be like, but at least no. And Tanisha, if you guys don't follow Tanisha, make sure you guys go follow her. But Tanisha made a good point, because when Angelika was like, yeah, the NAACP is about like voting rights for black people, and it was like, are you sure? And Tanisha did a whole breakdown on what the NAACP actually is. So that just seemed performative in itself, but whatever. So to me, Angelika Oles, like her content, because like I said, I've watched a couple of her videos. The videos that I watched happened when like the whole Tati Westbrook, James Charles thing was happening, more or less of Tati's most recent video. So I watched Angelika Oles then, but I didn't really watch her like in her entirety. But to me, her content doesn't really give like social justice. I know she does talk a lot about certain specific topics, but to me, her content, her audience doesn't scream like woke people or that she's trying to inform or educate other white people about white privilege. I don't know, to me it doesn't scream social justice, but I feel like that's what she feels her content is giving, but that's not what her content is giving to me. But, and not that it's a negative thing. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying like she's not giving as much social justice as she thinks she is. So now let's dive into like the actual apology. Her apology was not bad, in my opinion. I don't think it was a terrible apology. However, why did it take over 3 months for her to talk about or to officially apologize as to what happened back in August? There were very little videos made about her, and I think that's kind of why she did not apologize, is because she's like, oh, well, only like 2-3 people made videos about me, and all of those people who made videos only have X amount of subscribers, so people aren't really going to be checking me like that. So I probably don't really need to apologize, which is a problem in itself, because she should have apologized knowing that she hurt marginalized groups based on those 3 videos that were made. And those 3 videos were from Xavier, Diana Platano, I suck, and Jesse Quinn. I think that's their surname. I think that's the name they go by, Jesse Quinn, I think. But I'll link all of those videos below. And they were all good, well put together videos. So maybe she didn't want to bring that to her audience. But I think if she wants to be this, and I'm just speaking as if I know what she wants or needs for her platform. I don't know what she wants for her platform, but if she's putting off this like social justice and she's giving off like, I'm here to educate about white privilege, she would have followed up on the whole Kim Kardashian situation in a video. She would have talked about it and been like, hey, this is why it was microaggressive, blah, blah, blah. She would have used that as an educating point. But it took another white YouTuber, Hannah Smoky Glow, to kind of call her out, and then for her to address it in a way that everybody can see, because I think she addressed it in like a pinned comment or something. Clearly that's not good enough when you have over 500,000 subscribers and not all of your subscribers are on Twitter. I've talked about this before. If you talk about something on your YouTube channel and you know that's where most of your views come from, and then you talk about it on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook, those people who watch you on YouTube, they're not going to know, because a lot of people don't have social media or they don't follow people on social media. I just think it would have been more fair for her to address it in a video, and not everybody reads comments. Like, I don't know. I just think that the way that she handled it 3 months ago was wrong. All she had to do was apologize right the first time, because like I said, it's not a bad apology, but I do have problems with her apology video. Even if this was an apology video, maybe it wasn't an apology video, but either way, I have my issues, because I always have issues. So before we get into the issues, we're going to talk about how Angelika, she talked about how, she blocked certain people because she felt like she was getting attacked, and Diana was one of those people that she blocked. That goes to show me, because if you guys watched Diana's video, it was very respectful. If you watch her video, now I can't speak for the tweets because I don't know what tweets Diana was sending to Angelika, but she made a video and Angelika blocked her from Twitter. To me, that proves that she was not here for the constructive criticism. She didn't want to hear what Diana had to say. And then on top of it, now this is a whole different situation. When Angelika brought up the people that she had blocked, she's like, these are all the people that I blocked. And to me, a lot of them either didn't have an avatar or they were white passing, blah, blah, blah. Diana, rightfully so, felt offended by that, because she's like, you put my brown ass face on the screen and said a lot of, majority of the people that I blocked were white passing. And now I don't like it. It's the semantics, because Angelika was like, well, I didn't say all people. I said some or most or whatever. And it was all about semantics. Like, it was just so petty. None of this had to happen. In my opinion, none of this had to happen. But Angelika took it upon herself to unblock Diana, because we saw that she was recently blocked. We saw the screenshots. She unblocked Diana to use black people or racism towards black people as a weapon. To be like, oh, like, I understand I did something wrong, but Diana, is this you as well? Why did she have to prove that Diana did something wrong to justify or nullify the fact that she was also microaggressive? Why did she have to do that? And it's very like, what aboutism? Well, what about what that person did? We're not talking about what that person did. Yes, we can address it, but that's not what we're talking about right now. And that was one of the main issues that I had with Angelika's video. We'll get back to the Diana thing, but she was saying, yeah, I did X, Y, and Z, but look what Hannah did 2 years ago. Look what Hannah said. Look at this. Look at that. She said something about, yeah, like Hannah liked comments 2 years ago about Manny being a bad person, and now she's collabing with him. All right, we've talked about how people can grow. We've talked about how Manny has actually shown growth, whether it's genuine or not. He's shown it, and I guess Hannah has seen that growth, and so she decided to do a collaboration with him. That's not there. I don't see anything inherently wrong with that, but for Angelika to be like, yeah, you liked these comments and then collabed with Manny, but literally the day before you were liking comments that were saying Hannah's a snake, Hannah's a terrible friend, Hannah throws people under the bus. Like, it wasn't giving what you thought it gave. It just wasn't. Now, I'm not saying she cannot criticize Hannah. I'm not saying that. But it should not have been done in this video. She could have made a whole other video called Smokey Glow is a Hypocrite and laid all this information out. She could have, but she didn't. She chose to do it at this point in time in her video where it was like, I mean, yeah, I was microaggressive, but like, look. And we can't always just point fingers because, and especially like for something that was done so long ago, if that person has shown growth. Diana said the N-word, which I will never excuse, but she apologized for it right away. Well, like when it was brought up, because I mean, to be honest, if somebody showed me a tweet from 2014 and was like, Cherita, you said this, I'd be like, I did. Like, if it was something problematic, I'd be like, wait a second. That's not how I think now. I don't even remember making a statement like that. Diana probably could tell you, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. She could probably be like, yeah, I've never said the N-word in my life. But then there's proof, and she's probably like, ooh, like that was a bad thing, and she apologized for it. Side eye for sure. But if you watch her videos, her saying the N-word it does not represent who she is like on her channel. And that was only one tweet. It wasn't multiple tweets, because if there were multiple tweets, then yeah, that shows who she is as an individual. But like one tweet, like, oh, I'm having a hard time. Like where Angelika was like, well, see, she's done something wrong too. And specifically cut off the date. Because it wasn't like, I don't know, 2014, 2016. I don't know. It was a long periodically time ago. The point that I was trying to make here is people will always excuse problematic white people and be like, but it was in the past. That's not who they are. Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, but they are still that person because they literally have not shown growth. So that's the point that I was trying to make when it was like, it's in the past. In the past, plus growth doesn't mean that's who that person is, but like, if you side-eye somebody and then you see something from their past and they still act the same way, yeah, you have not changed. But in my opinion, Diana has. So with the whole Angelika Hannah thing, and Angelika did clear her name on some things. She did say that Hannah sent her a message, and by the time she woke up, Hannah had already like retracted her statement and then put that pinned comment up saying that she could no longer support Angelika. And she said Hannah didn't give her time. Now, if that's true, which, spoiler alert, it is true, then Hannah was most definitely wrong in that situation. But we're a generation of like, we want something to happen right away. You know, we want it to happen right then, right now. And so Hannah was probably anxious, and I'm not excusing her because she should have waited, but she was probably anxious and was like, let me just throw this out there. And I saw a comment because Hannah deleted her collab with Angelika, and somebody was like, well, if Hannah wanted to hold her accountable, how come she deleted the video? First of all, apples and oranges, that comment makes no sense. But I'm going to explain to you why she deleted the video. She deleted the video because she doesn't want to be associated with that kind of behavior. That's it, and that's all. Because say somebody saw those problematic tweets or messages or whatever. Say somebody watched Xavier's video and they got a bad taste of Angelika in their mouth, and then they watched Hannah collab with Angelika, and they're probably like, ooh, that smoky glow girl, she probably thinks the same way Angelika did. And we know, well, maybe not everybody, but people know that like during December, you make a lot more money. So if Hannah would have kept that video up, it would have been like, now she's just leaving it up because she wants the money. So, I mean, a lot of this is just like, damned if she did, damned if she didn't. And I'm not taking sides. Yes, I'm more biased towards Hannah because I watch her regularly. And I And again, Angelika just doesn't give me the allyship that I think is necessary. And I'm not saying that she makes bad content, because I think she's a great content creator. I think she makes valid points, but she doesn't hold herself to those same standards. Case in point, when she was, you know, kind of doing the gotcha to Diana, where she was like, this you? 2 weeks ago, she was like, we can't use racism to weaponize blah, blah. I'm just going to leave the link. I'm just going to leave the clip here.
I've seen this general consensus that you shouldn't be using someone being racist or problematic as a gotcha moment, which is what's happening now. It's like, I don't know, Trisha says something and then Dixie's like, gotcha, you said the N-word. And then Trisha claps back and is like, gotcha, your dad's a Republican. Like, it's a lot of like trying to use that as like a weapon. So once again, weaponizing information against people, not because you genuinely feel passionately about those things, but because it's just like a good opportunity to bring it up to spite someone, if that makes sense. Essentially what people are saying is, if you had an issue with this, you should have spoken up about it before and not when you have beef with the person, because then it just looks like you're weaponizing information against them. So you're like holding on to info until it's useful and then you use it. So basically just what like Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star does. They don't actually care about people being problematic. They just use it when they have a vendetta against someone. And that's kind of what this whole situation looks like.
Because that's 100% what she just did to Diana. When that clip, when people started showing that clip on Twitter, Angelika got silent. Hannah made a video, and then Angelika was like, points were made, I'm done with this. Okay, and again, we can go back and forth. Video can be made after video. So many videos can be made. But for her to just blatantly just pretend like she never saw that and she's not even addressing her hypocrisy, like, that's where you kind of have to like side-eye somebody, because it's like, you just used your own words against yourself. So I don't know, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, Hannah's gonna be fine. At the end of the day, Angelika's gonna be fine. They're both white women. White people are gonna listen to everything they have to say. They're going to be okay. Both of them can be better allies. I do want to clarify some things that I said in my last video about Hannah. Hannah is very good about shouting out or giving credit to Black content creators, and she does shop Black. She talks a lot about Terrence. She actually, in her apology video, when she did the hi, just popping in, she was wearing one of his headbands. She does buy Black owned. So, and I did say she doesn't collab a lot with, you know, Black people, and she has collabed with a Black person, but a lot of her collaborations that have happened, you know, in Vlogmas, like, I was just kind of like, well, where are the colors? And again, she doesn't have to, because I don't want anything to seem forced, but all I'm saying is, if you are an ally and you are constantly like collabing with just white people, it kind of makes it seem like, do you even listen to Black? Like, do you? Hi, you guys. Future editing Cherita here. What I meant by this was, if Hannah was actively watching and supporting Black content creators, I guess specifically in the commentary department, she would have seen those videos about Angelika. So it's giving me very like, do they really watch Black people? Like, they don't claim to, but if they're an ally, I feel like they would watch more Black people, people of color, marginalized groups. And Angelika, I don't know if she just saw those 3 videos and then just didn't watch them. But the point is, Hannah not seeing any negativity about Angelika is white privilege at its finest. And this isn't just about Hannah, this is about Angelika too, because yes, you tend to hang out with like-minded people or people who look like you. There's this really good book, it's called Why Do All the Black People Sit Together in the Cafeteria, or something like that. And it's true, like, people who are alike, they kind of, but we're in the United States and we're a whole ass melting pot. And it's just hard to believe that either one, you're an ally without, what's the word? Immersing yourself into that culture. And I get we're in a panorama, so it is a little hard, but I don't know. There's just something that rubs me the wrong way of people who scream allyship, but like don't have two black friends that they can call on. That was the most random rant. That has nothing to do with this video. The other thing that bothered me about Angelika is she spent a lot of time proving that she wasn't transphobic, which there's no proof that she was transphobic. People just kind of went along with the, oh, did you hear? Like, Angelika was transphobic. And everybody was like, yeah, she's transphobic. But she spent a lot of time proving that she wasn't transphobic and less time on, here's how I hurt marginalized groups. Such as she was being ableist, and she was also microaggressive towards black people. And there just wasn't a lot of time spent saying this is why it was wrong. It was more of, I told you guys I wasn't transphobic. I didn't like that. That rubbed me the wrong way. All in all, like I said, Angelika's gonna be fine. Hannah's gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine in the end. This turned into something that it shouldn't have been. It was Angelika. I felt like Angelika was like, well, if I'm going down, y'all coming with me. That's what it felt like to me. But I could be wrong. Honestly, I think that's it for this video. Like I said, I'm gonna do this exact same thing that for Hannah's apology video. I think both of them needed their own video. But long story short, I think both of them made mistakes. I don't think there's sides. Like, I saw one tweet that was like, oh my god, like, this is so bad, because like I love both Angelika and Hannah. You can continue to love the both of them. I don't think anybody was actively more wrong than the other. And that's, I mean, people will say, what's that meme? And it's like, I can deal with racism, but animal abuse, that's where I draw the line. Like, it's the same thing. It's all about morals. And right now, Smokey's morals line up more with me than Angelika's morals do, because I don't think Angelika truly cares. And maybe it's because she lives in a different country and she doesn't really see the effects of what racism is in the United States, which is fair. She has a huge American audience, but it just doesn't hit the same because she's not actively experiencing it. And I want to know if she's actively talking to Black Americans, or if she actively has a Black American friend that she can have these conversations with. And she's young. And I hate, like, I know a lot of people hate but she's young. Y'all, especially my aged people. If we had the internet, and I'm not just talking MySpace when we coded everything, if we had the internet when we were 20, 18, 7, baby, we would have been saying some things. Don't make it seem like we did not grow up in a racist ass America, but we just didn't quite realize it. Don't tell me we didn't, because we did. And I have I've probably said this in so many videos. I have a video that I want to do, and I'm gonna bring somebody else on to do it with me, that talks about self-hate in the Black community, because that's how we grew up. But again, different conversation for a different day. So these people are young and they still have a lot of growing to do. I appreciate Hannah. I appreciate her channel and what she's doing for people her age and people who look like her. Same with Angelika. I feel like she brings good conversation, but she doesn't always know how to word things. And she also doesn't link people to be like, well, you know, somebody else made a video if you want to hear what they have to say about the situation, whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link a bunch of videos, because there's been quite a few like small commentary channels that have been speaking on this situation, and I think y'all would like them. Like, the one person that I've actually been watching after I saw her video is Olivia Liv Says So, I think that's her name. Go watch her, because Baby girl made some planks. But yeah, so just go watch those videos if you guys want to. So anyways, I've rambled on enough. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Also, do not forget to link up with me on my social media. All of that information will